Hello everyone, welcome to the another video on Power Automate Desktop. This is Dinuji Loganathan. I have reached, our channel Automate with Dinu reached 500 plus subscribers, just 15 days back. And thank you so much for all your love and like, comment, subscribe, everything. So if you like my content, please keep comment and do like on every video so that it will get motivation to create many more videos on the Power Automate desktop. Okay, let's quickly get into the topic. So this is the video, I would say, based on the recent challenge I have faced in Power Automate desktop. So I am using Azure DevOps for the Power Automate desktop, deployment purpose, but where I am facing some issues with the service principle. Okay, let me explain what is the issue and how I am, deploying my solution from dev to QA and QA to prod, etc. And what is the exact challenges and how, let's see how the new future help us to overcome the current challenges. Okay, so the Microsoft introduced the new feature called create a new connections with the service principle. That we will come to this part later, but first I will explain the what is the issue and why Microsoft is create introducing this new feature and all. Okay, so let's go to the make.powerautomate.com. First, let's create some sample solution. Okay, I am moving to the QA and sorry dev environment. Before that, I will make sure my Power Automate desktop is registered or not. Let's check that in my machine itself. You no need to go there. I opened my Power Automate desktop. This is version 2.56. I have published what are the new features in 2.56 in my LinkedIn post. If you missed, please I would recommend please check that post for more insights on 2.56 version. Okay, let's quickly get into the topic. I already have some test flow in my environment. Let me show you how it look like. Okay, let me type test here. Okay, this is the flow I'm talking about. Pad test flow. Okay, let it open. Meanwhile, I will go and check the my machine is registered or not. Okay, let's go to the machine. Hosted machine, it is connected. Okay, that is fine. Let me open that my hosted machine here. Meanwhile, I will show you my. Okay, I opened my hosted machine and it is registered with my dev environment. That is fine, and it is got connected as well. I can see my virtual machine shows connected here. This is my dev environment, and this is my desktop flow. Okay, I'm just using Dataverse action to check number of users exist in my environment. Okay, so I just mentioned what is the use. I picked my user table here. Okay, then it will check overall user thing, then it will show the um, overall users numbers in text box. Okay, message box, then it will send some email. This is all just for the testing purpose only. Okay, This is a kind of test flow you can consider. Now I am going to my make.powerautomate.com, and I will create a new flow. Okay, I'm just try to explain how I'm going to deploy my Power Automate desktop solution into the QA and what are the challenge currently I'm facing with the service principle. Okay, so I going to create the new solution here. Here we are going to talk about only the Azure DevOps based deployment process. So if you guys, using Power Platform native capability for the deployment, you can, skip this video, and over, using Azure DevOps, in the enterprise scale level to, they want to deploy the code from dev to QA. This video definitely will be useful for you guys. Okay, so I am going to create the new solution here. Okay, so automate with Dino, and I will pick some existing publisher only. Even DevOps publisher is fine. I'm going to create the new solution here. Why it is taking more time? Come on. Okay, so I got this. Then I will go ahead and create the new cloud flow with the instant. Okay, we are going to just do the testing, right? That's what I am choosing, this instant flow. Okay, what I will do, I will type um, Azure DevOps test. Okay, so this is my cloud flow. Okay, then click on the create. Then click on the new step, and you can use desktop flow action here. Pick the desktop flow, and let's use the existing flow only. Okay, so I'm going to use the existing connection. This is my hosted machine connections. Okay, so I'm going to use the same connection, not an issue. Then I will type the that desktop flow pad test flow, that only I'm showed in the this editor window, right? This is my pad test flow. Fine, then I'm going to run this flow in the attended mode. Okay, fine, I save it, this flow. Now my solution contains one cloud flow. The cloud flow name is Azure DevOps test, right? Then in the Azure DevOps test, I'm invoking the desktop flow. The desktop flow name is pad test flow. Okay, so my cloud flow contains a connection reference, that is a desktop flow connection reference, right? Then in my desktop flow, I have the two connection reference again. One is for the Dataverse, one is for the Outlook, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm just saving this cloud flow here. First, I will test before we do the deployment. Okay, and just click on the test. Then it is picking the connection. I click continue. I'm not going to talk about how to set up the Azure DevOps and all, because there are a lot of videos already available in the internet. You can refer that. Now I am going to talk about what is the current challenges when you deploy the code using Azure DevOps using service principle. Okay. So it is running. Let's see. We got something. Okay, I got the output. I click OK. Now the flow would be complete successfully. Okay, so my solution is ready. Okay, so just consider this is my solution I which I created in the dev environment. Okay, now if you're not sure you have added all the dependency items for your solution, I would recommend to just choose this and click on the export. Okay, so in the export, before you export something or do something, just click on the publish. It will publish all your local changes. Okay, it will take another few seconds. Okay, so the local changes are all published. Then click on the next. We did not include our desktop flow, whatever we invoked in the cloud flow, right? That we did not included, but here the solution while you exporting it shows, right? So we have the dependency, and these are some missing components, right? So the desktop flow, that is a cloud flow, and this is something I think connection reference. Okay, so I click add to solution here. Okay, then this is fine, and this is the connection reference which we are using in our desktop flows. I mean that office connections and database connections. So again click on the add to connect solution. Now our solution is ready. You can export in the managed way, so that is the Microsoft recommended as well. Once we exported, first we will generate the deployment settings file. Okay, deployment settings means it's a kind of whatever the environment and the connection reference we are using in our source solution, right? So when you move that solution to the target environment, you have to update that environment variables and also the connection reference. Okay, because if deploy your manager solution in the target environment, you won't get it options to modify your connections. Okay, so this zip file is fine. Now what I'm going to do, first I will move this code to my repo. Okay, so in the pipeline I already created this, so push dev code to git. Okay, I'm opening this, then I am just copy pasting my solution name here, automate with Dino. Okay, I will quickly explain the step whatever I'm using in the my pipeline. So this kind of very basic simple steps I would say. So first I'm using the Power Platform tool installer, where I'm configuring I'm not configuring anything here, but in the agent I have configured my service account. You can see my service account here. Sorry, service principal here. So if you click the manage, you can see my where it is. So here in the service connection, I have created my uh, dev environment using the service principal. Okay. Similarly, I have created my Power Platform UAT service connection using my service principal. Okay. So this and all, you can get in a lot of videos. Okay, already available in the internet. So in the who am I? I'm just configured my service principal connections here. Then these are some common commands you can get in the internet, okay, where it will export the solution from dev environment, then unpack, then it will drop to the repo. Okay, this is all fine. Now I'm going to run my flow, run my pipeline. It is running. I will show how my repos looks like. Okay, so here maybe we will get in we will get automate with the folder in few seconds. Let's watch how that pipeline process is going on. It is still deploying. So it's in the Power Platform over my task. Okay. So once that is done, then it will sequentially execute the other tasks. Okay, this is done. Let's go and check our repo. So you can see here automate with Dino is created and it is exported the managed solution. Okay, so this is fine. Now I have my dev code in the repo. I'm going to push this code to my QA environment. Okay, so as I told, whatever the connections I'm using in the dev environment, I need to update before I do the deployment to the target environment. Okay, first we need to generate the deployment settings file for that. So we already downloaded the solution file. I'm just opening it. Okay, it getting opening in the another window. I will just show you for references. Okay, so I will put it in the some other folder. Okay, then I'm going to use a PowerShell script, which is my script. So okay, this is my script. I'm just copying the path, copy as a path, then I'm pasting in my PowerShell. Okay, so this is the command where you can paste your exported zip file. Then where you want to save, right? This unpack. Sorry, this is a different command. here. Yes. So you can paste the path here, solution zip, and deployment automate with the new json. Okay, this is fine. I will just run the PowerShell script now. Okay, it is executing. Okay, it is extracting and it is created as well. Okay, so this is my deployment setting file where I need to update my environment variables and the connections ID based on my target environment. Okay, first I will show you how it look like. Okay, it is opening in the Visual Studio. Probably I will just try to open in. Okay, here we go. So here we have the three connection reference. Okay, so one is for shared UI flow, that is for the desktop flow connections. This is for Dataverse. This is for the Office connections. Okay, now we need to update this connection ID here. Okay, so first, if you are deploying your Azure DevOps using the service principle, first you have to create. Okay, first I will move to the UAT environment, then go to the connections and create the all the connections whatever you used in the source bot, right? So what are the connections we have to create here? Desktop flows and Office 365 and Dataverse, right? So we already have the Dataverse. So I'm just copy pasting the connection ID to my deployment file. Okay, so this is for Dataverse. So once you created the connections, right, for Dataverse, first you have to share these connections before the deployment with the service principal. Okay, so here first you need to share this with service principal. So service principal is Power Platform DevOps. Okay, you can mention is share as per your requirement. You can share. I can mention as can use. Okay, so I click on the save. Similarly, we have to do for other thing as well. So for example, if you're creating a connections for service account, that also fine. I already create the service account connections and I shared with the service principal. Okay, so I'm going to use these connections here. Okay, so I will just copy paste the same connections here. Then let's take the Azure Office as well. So this connection also I used service account. Okay, I used and sorry, I used service account to create this connection. Then I shared with my service principal. Okay, so similarly I will do it for Azure Office connection as well. So both connections I have created in the target environment using service account and shared with the service principal. That is fine. But what about the shared UI flow? I mean the desktop flow connections. So you can create the connections. For example, I have the connections here. Okay, I have the connections here. But once you create it, you can't share these connections with the service principal or maybe the other accounts, right? So that is where the challenges comes in. Okay. For example, I'm just copy pasting this connection ID with my deployment setting file. Okay. I will going to use this in the Azure DevOps. Okay. What I'm going to do, I will just upload this file in the repo. Uh, Automate with Dino, upload files. Let's take the JSON file from browse where it is. So it is something from my okay, let's take the path from the folder itself. Okay, so here I need to take my JSON file. So that's with the automate with Dino, right? So where is the JSON file? JSON here, I think JSON. Here you go. Then let's commit this. Okay, let's commit this. You can see the updated connection references here. Now we are good. Let's go ahead and release this. Okay, release this version from dev to UAT. Okay, so I'm going to update a few things here. This is my existing pipeline, sorry, release. I'm going to change a little bit here based on my solution name. Okay, so my solution name is automate with Dino. Let's copy this. I will replace it here, remaining all fine. And in the import also, I need to change my deployment JSON file. Okay, as I mentioned previously, please refer the lot of videos available in the internet. How to deploy the Power Platform solution from different from an any environment to upper environment. Okay, so this is fine. I'm going to save this. Here is the challenge we will get in few seconds. Okay, I will create the new release for this. We'll come to know in few seconds what is the exact issue. Okay, so I will quickly recap. So I have created a solution in the name of automate with in my dev Power Platform environment. Then I have created the cloud flow. In the cloud flow, I invoked my desktop flow. So I have the desktop flow connection reference in my solution. Then in my desktop flow, I am using two cloud actions again. One is Office Outlook, I guess. Another one is the Dataverse. Okay, so now I have the total three connection reference: one cloud flow, one desktop flow. Okay, so this first I have created my Azure pipeline using the service principle. Similarly, I have created the two. I mean, for I created the service principle connections for my dev and QA. Then first I have pushed my code from my Power Platform to repo. Then I'm trying to promote into the QA environment here. So the logs, whatever you're seeing here, I'm promoting my code from dev to QA, and we end up with some error as well. Okay, so this is the error currently we are facing. Let's go ahead and check what is the exact issue. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I will go to the solution. Let's change to the UAT. Probably it's kind of a lengthy video, I would say. So please bear with me so that I can explain what is the exact challenges, how to overcome, etc. Okay. So you can see here my solution name automate with Dino. It got failure. Okay. So what is the exact issue? Import fail, request fail with the 404 error, right? So if I not find connections, so it is showing that connection is not found there. Okay, let's go ahead and verify this first. BE24. Okay, let's I will create one more duplicate tab for this. Okay, this is a different issue. Okay, let's resolve this first. Let's go to the connections. BE, this is showing it is not connection not found. Okay, not an issue. I will create a one more connection for desktop. Okay, I'm just entering my username and password. I'm creating a new connections in my UAT environment. Machine join type, not username type. Let me check. Okay, it got created. What I will do, I will just copy paste the connection ID from here to my JSON file. Okay, I will go to the repo and I open my JSON and edit this, and I will replace my connections ID here. Okay. Okay, I think I did some mistake here previously. I replaced some wrong, ID here. Okay, connections ID here. Now this is looks fine. I commit this. I will rerun my, release. Okay. Now this time we will get the proper error. Okay. So create a release. Let's open the solution. It's going very lengthy, so I would prefer to split this video into the two part. I will upload till this error as a first part, the solution in the second part. Okay, so it is start importing the solution. Okay, failed connected as. Okay, let's go and check in the history. Okay, so let's open this. So you can see here request failed with 403 error. Okay, so connection authorization failed. The caller with object ID, that means this is my service principal object ID, does not have the minimum required permission to perform the requested operation on the connections. Okay, so whatever the connections we have created using the service account or in the target environment, we were able to share those connection reference with the service principal, right? Only for desktop flow we are not able to share that connections id references with the service principal. That is what we are getting. This error does not have a minimum required permission to perform the requested operations on the connections. Okay, so this is where Microsoft introducing the new feature, shared desktop flow connection to the service principal user. Okay, so the business values, you can share the desktop flow connection with the pipeline SPN, enabling the seamless import of the manager solution using the Power Platform pipelines. So the future simplify the deployment process and enhance productivity. That is fine. And future details, you can see here that allows us to share the desktop flow connection with the pipeline SPN. SPN is the service principal again, which is essential for customer using the pipelines. Okay, create a desktop flow connection with the service principal as a run owner. By default the run owner is the connection owner. Okay, share the connection with the pipeline SPN, pipeline export the solution as a owner of all record manager solution. This is fine. So they are simply saying like we will get that options. Okay, so in the March month Microsoft introduced this feature, create a connection with the service principal, but the way of implementation is slightly different here. Okay, so Microsoft is suggesting you know once your machine is registered, first you have to share that machine with the service principal as a user or co-owner. Okay, so that is the first step, I would say. Then they request us to create a token. Then we can use this environment, this web API to create a connections ID, I mean desktop flow connections using service principal, where you have to pass some other parameters like environment id and machine username and password, machine group id, etc., along with the service authentication certificate. Okay, so that is in the another document. Okay, so this is mentioned in the preview. Okay, so when connection is shared, so the recipient can execute the script, retrieve the script id, cloud connector id, potentially perform the unauthorized options because on behalf of the connector owner. Okay, this reason why desktop flow connection sharing was not available. Okay, to enable ALM with a pipeline owned by service principal, a new run owner role is included in the desktop flow connections. Okay, that is not exactly we can see in the connections tab, but we can do it in the web API method. Okay, so where you can pass your username, machine username and password, group ID, and you can have mention your client ID as well from the Azure app. Then PFX file, in the formatted, normal plain text, then password. With that, you can get the connection references with the connections ID. Okay, then you can bind that ID in the deployment file, and then you can move the code from dev to QA. Okay, so from here, I mean, I can stop this video. Maybe I will create another video with the how we can resolve this issue. Okay, thank you so much for watching. You have, if in case if you are facing similar issue, probably my upcoming video will be helpful for to resolve that particular issue. Thank you so much for watching.